I'm gonna sit. I I feel like when I sit, I'm talking with you as opposed to talking at you. I'm not real good at this. I personally am prone to rant, so I'm just gonna kind of read something that I wrote up a little earlier that I think sums up what possibly might be on your minds this evening. Jim Priest is a husband, father, ordained minister, and an attorney of 30 years. An experienced attorney knows that the best way to resolve an issue is outside of a courtroom. Lawsuits take time and are expensive, and are not always the best way to attain resolution. These days, politicians in Washington give us plenty of reasons to sue them. The recently passed health care bill is a shining example. The constitutional question at hand is whether this bill violates the 10th Amendment. Ultimately, after a costly process of lawsuits at taxpayer expense, the Supreme Court of the United States will rule on this issue. This process, like the one that created this bill, is flawed and not in our interest. There's a better way if the people of our great state hire Jim Priest to be their Attorney General. Here is how he will proceed. As can be done with a federally generated constitutional question, Jim Priest will directly petition the Supreme Court to assume original jurisdiction and make an immediate ruling on this matter. This issue originated federally, and it is the Fed's responsibility to deal with it. Jim will stand to hold them accountable on this and on any other issue that they generate that becomes a constitutional question. It is Jim's opinion that the limited resources of the Attorney General's office are better spent protecting our most vulnerable citizens than engaging in lawsuits. Why is no one else nationally or locally talking about this approach? Partisan political posturing. That's why. One party says, we passed it, you get it. The other party wants to make it a costly political ad. Neither is acceptable. The citizens of Oklahoma and the United States deserve resolution now, not after a long, costly process used by politicians to divide us. We are all Americans, and as Oklahomans, we need an attorney who will stand up to the politicians, root out corruption at all levels, and be a wise steward of our money. If we the people elect Jim Priest, he will use the office to protect us, to protect our children from drug dealers and sex predators, our seniors from scam artists and corrupt politicians. I must be making some good sense because I'm the only one that gets called down on time. Y'all have a good evening.